Kürbiskenbrötchen, Fremdsprachassistent, Otorrinolaryngologiste, Toodsertaar, Tönjentoog, Kuchenkästli, 88 prachtige grachten, Scheveningen, Keuken, Eucharisto, Aal, Skirtzeit, Wachkatzelschwaf, Eichhörnchenschwanz. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to try to pronounce some difficult words for English speakers. Difficult words in 10 European languages. I've found websites from the British Council describing some difficult words for English speakers for several reasons. Probably you know that I like to use the International Phonetic Alphabet when I learn a new language because it is very useful to have a good pronunciation, or at least to try to have a good pronunciation. In this video I am going to try to pronounce these words just by looking at their phonetic or phonemic transcriptions when it is possible. I have to say that most of these words, or practically all of these words, are completely unknown by me. I also have to say that this is practically my first time trying to pronounce these words, so probably my pronunciation is not the best. If I am not pronouncing these words properly, let me know it. The name of this website is A Few Difficult Words for English Speakers to Say in 10 European Languages from the British Council. So let's begin. The first word in this list of words is a German word. This is a long German word, but probably that's not the most difficult, the biggest difficulty in this word. This word is difficult because it has some difficult vowels and difficult consonants. I could not find the exact transcription for this word because it is composed of other words. Nevertheless, as you could know, the German language is very rigid or very strict regarding pronunciation rules. So this word should be pronounced as Kürbiskenbrötchen or as Kürbiskenbrötchen. What's difficult in this word? Well, we have two vowels that could seem similar for English speakers. The first vowel in the first syllable, U, and also the vowel Ö. Kürbiskenbrötchen. Kürbiskenbrötchen. And as a consonant we have the combination represented by the letter T and CH. The T sound and H. Kürbiskenbrötchen. Then without any doubt, this is a difficult word. Kürbiskenbrötchen. Well, for me this word is not very difficult because I have some knowledge about the German language, and I have to say that the German language is not very difficult because fortunately it has pronunciation rules, and that makes it easier. There is another German word in this list, and this is even longer than the previous one. This word is Fremdsprachassistent. Fremdsprachassistent. In this word, the most difficult sound is the one represented by the letters CH or depending on the accent. And I have to say that this sound and sounds related to that are going to appear very often in this list. Apparently, for the authors, this kind of sounds are very difficult. Fremdsprachassistent. Fremdsprachassistent. The next word is a Portuguese word. I have to say that this word is not very difficult for me because it is similar to its Spanish translation, and Spanish is my mother tongue, and also this word is not very difficult because I'm very used to it. I have to say that I go to the otorrinolaryngologist twice a month. The word is otorrinolaryngologist. What's difficult in this word? Well, I think we have a difficult consonant, the r sound, the guttural r. This is similar to the case of the German language and some consonants that are found in German. Difficult sounds in English are typically associated with guttural sounds. And in this word, we find a guttural sound, r. Otorrinolaryngologist. I couldn't find the exact transcription for this word, so I'm trying to identify it just by listening to some speakers, and it was also difficult to find some speakers or some recordings about this word, so probably my pronunciation is not correct. Why do you think? Let me know it. The next couple of words are in Hungarian, and I have to say that these words are probably the most difficult for me because I don't know almost anything about this language, and when I looked for the transcription of these words, I found some sounds, some consonants that I have never seen before. So probably the pronunciation of this word is wrong. I am not pronouncing them properly, but I'm going to try. The first word is this one, and according to the Wiktionary website I use very much to look for transcriptions, this word is pronounced as Tågserdar. 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 What's difficult in this word? Well, the first sound is a consonant, the voiced palatal stop. Then we have a long vowel, according to this transcription, and the cluster t or ts, depending on the accent, I suppose. So its pronunciation is difficult because of that. Tågserdar. What do you think about it? I did my best, but probably my pronunciation is not correct. The other word is Könnyűtők. Könnyűtők. What's difficult in this word? Again, we find as the first sound very difficult consonant, a consonant I have never seen. T. The voiced palatal stop and the vowel sound U. This vowel sound is not very difficult for me because it is a very common vowel sound. We find it in German, in French, and many other languages. Another difficult sound in this word is t, which is practically the same t, the first consonant, but unvoiced. Then this pronunciation is Könnyűtők. Könnyűtők. What do you think? Probably my pronunciation is not correct, but I'm trying to follow the phonetic transcriptions the best I can. The next word is in German, but in this case, in Swiss German. I think that this word is not difficult for me because, again, in this word, we find guttural sounds. And as I said in the beginning of the video, for the authors of this website, apparently these sounds are very difficult because we find them in many words in this list. And in my case, as Spanish speaker, I have to say that guttural consonants are not very difficult because the Spanish language has some guttural sounds. Then this word, which is very long, is not extremely difficult. I'm going to try to pronounce it as a Swiss speaker because there are differences between German spoken in Switzerland and German spoken in Germany. Probably in Germany this word could be pronounced as Hochhästli, I think. But if I'm not wrong, in Switzerland this word could be pronounced as Hochhästli. Hochhästli, or perhaps Hochhästli. I don't know, I'm just trying to pronounce it properly, but probably I'm wrong. What do you think? I've never heard this word before. Hochhästli. The next words are in Dutch, and again in these words we find guttural sounds. I have to say that I didn't have any knowledge about the Dutch language, and when I heard for the first time these words, they sounded very interesting to my ears because they have many guttural sounds. Probably this is very difficult for English speakers, but I like it. In particular, we find the sound or probably practically the same sounds represented by the letters, by the combination ch in German. This website mentioned the phrase in Dutch 88 prachtige grachten. 88 prachtige grachten. Well, I think it was difficult. Very difficult for many speakers. And there is also another word mentioned in this list, the name of a Dutch town, and this is the word Scheveningen. 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 What is difficult in this word? Well, we have the combination Scheveningen. Scheveningen. And yes, it is difficult. But again, as a Spanish speaker, this combination is not extremely difficult because the sound is very common in Spanish. Why do you think? Did I pronounce them properly? The next word is a Norwegian word, and I have to say that probably this is the easiest word for me in this list. Although it has a difficult consonant, the sound, the same consonant that we find in the German word ich, I have to say that it does not sound very difficult. This is the word höken. Höken. This word is difficult for English speakers, not only because it has the consonant h, but also because it has the vowel e. Höken. E. Höken. I have to say that this word is very beautiful. This is the first time I heard this word and I like it. What do you think? Did I have a good pronunciation for this word? Höken. The next word is a Greek word, and again this word has a guttural sound or a sound pronounced in the back of the mouth. This is the word ευχαριστώ. Ευχαριστώ. In this case, apparently what is difficult is the combination f. Ευχαριστώ. Again, when I heard this word, and I've heard it many times because when I was younger, I liked the Greek culture and the Greek language very much. When I heard this word for the first time, it sounded similar to some Spanish words. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I think the Greek language is not very difficult for Spanish speakers because there are some sounds that remind me Spanish sounds. And in this word, I have to say, that combination, although inexistent in Spanish, is not very difficult. Ευχαριστώ. Why do you think? Did I pronounce it correctly? The next couple of words are in Maltese. These words are extremely difficult, not only because the Maltese language is completely unknown by me, but also because these words have a consonant which is not very common. Although it exists in English, its pronunciation is found only in very specific contexts. Nevertheless, in this case, this consonant appears in situations that could seem very difficult for English speakers. The first word is, I'm trying to pronounce it correctly. The first word is or something like that. The glottal stop followed by Probably my pronunciation is not correct, but I'm doing my best. And the other example is even more difficult. The word de eat This is the t sound followed by the glottal stop then e, and again the glottal stop the e, the e. What do you think? Did I pronounce it correctly? The next word is a Romanian word. This is scârțet. Scârțet. Probably this is one of the easiest words in this list because although the vowel sound represented by the letter A on this symbol does not exist in standard English, it is very close to the U sound in a word like choices. U. Scârțet. Scârțet. And finally, the next words are German words, but in this case, Austrian German words. As I said in the beginning, apparently for the authors, the most difficult sounds in this list are those pronounced in the back of the mouth, guttural consonants, and these words have that kind of sounds. The first word is a long word, and this is oach catchless voaf. Oach catchless voaf. I don't know if I am pronouncing this word correctly because the combination or, I think that combination is not very common in standard German. And this word, we find it in the first syllable and in the last syllable. Oach catchless voaf. Of course, this is not the most difficult part of this word. We have the combination ch and k. Oach catchless voaf. Probably that's the most difficult part of this word. Apparently this word is mostly used in Austria and Bavaria because the site says you might also find the standard German equivalent, which is Eichhörnchenschwanz. Eichhörnchenschwanz. This word is difficult, probably even more difficult than the other one, so à vous de choisir. What do you think? That's it for today. Let me know if my pronunciation is correct or not correct. I want to read your opinions. Until next time.